How could the world end, and if it doesn't, what will our future hold? A group of scientists have got together to come up with a list of possible ways the Earth could end. The Earth sustains life only because our planet teeters on a delicate and truly improbable balance. Our atmosphere, proximity to the Sun, and countless other beautiful coincidences not only permit life to evolve but also thrive. And yet, here we are, sitting at desks and in coffee shops and walking down the street as if our very existence isn't some kind of extraordinary miracle. But all good things must come to an end, or does it? One day Earth will be inhospitable to anything resembling life as we know it. The planet's history will most likely cease billions of years from now, but depending on the vicissitudes of astrophysics, it could happen tomorrow or any time in between. Here are the many ways scientists believe the Earth could die. 1. The planet's core cools. Earth is surrounded by a protective magnetic shield, called the magnetosphere. The field is generated by Earth's rotation, which swirls a thick shell of liquid iron and nickel, the outer core, around a solid ball of metal, the inner core, creating a giant electric dynamo. The magnetosphere deflects energetic particles that emanate from the Sun, changing its size and shape as it's hit. If the core cools, though, we'd lose our magnetosphere and also our protection from solar winds, which would slowly blast our atmosphere into space. Mars, once rich with water and a thick atmosphere, suffered this same fate billions of years ago, leading to the seemingly lifeless world we know today. 2. The Sun starts to die. The Sun, and our position relative to it, is perhaps the most important piece of our tenuous existence. But the Sun is still a star. And stars die. Right now, the Sun is midway through life, steadily converting hydrogen into helium through fusion. That won't last forever, though. Billions of years from now the Sun will run low on hydrogen and start fusing helium. It's a more energetic reaction and will push the Sun's layers outward, and possibly start pulling the Earth toward the Sun. We'd be incinerated and then vaporized. That or the Sun's expansion would push the Earth out of orbit. It'd die frozen as a rogue planet, untethered to any star and drifting through the void. 3. A rogue planet. Speaking of rogue planets, space isn't kind. Planets often get kicked out of their solar systems during formation. According to recent simulations, in fact, rogue planets may outnumber stars in the Milky Way by 100,000 to 1. One of those rogue planets could drift into the solar system, put Earth into an extreme and inhospitable orbit, or even kick us out of the solar system. Or one could collide with Earth and obliterate it. It wouldn't be unprecedented. About 4.5 billion years ago, a small planet collided with a larger planet in the solar system, forming Earth and its moon. 4. Asteroids. Rocks from space can be pretty destructive. A big one probably wiped out the dinosaurs, though it would take a lot of asteroids to properly dispatch the entire planet. Still, it could happen. Earth was heavily bombarded by asteroids for hundreds of millions of years after it formed. The impacts were so intense that the oceans boiled for a full year. All life was single-celled at that point, and only the most heat-tolerant microbes made it. But larger life forms almost certainly wouldn't today. Air temperatures would reach more than 900 degrees Fahrenheit for several weeks if we suffered a similar pummeling. 5. A wandering black hole. We don't know much about them, but we do know they're so dense that not even light can escape beyond a black hole's event horizon. That said, scientists think recoiled black holes are out there wandering through space. It's not inconceivable that one could pass through the solar system. If light can't escape, the Earth definitely won't. There are two ideas about what could happen after the point of no return, given a big enough rogue black hole. A smaller one would just spaghettify the planet. Beyond the event horizon, atoms might stretch until they're pulled apart entirely. Other physicists have theorized we'd run right into the end of the universe, or end up in an entirely different one. Even if a recoiled black hole misses Earth, it might pass close enough to cause earthquakes and other devastation, kick us out of the solar system, or spiral us into the sun. 6. Gamma-ray burst. Gamma-ray bursts, or GRBs, are one of the most powerful phenomena in the universe. Most are the result of massive stars collapsing when they die. One short blast can emit more energy than our Sun will over the course of its lifetime. That energy has the potential to eradicate the ozone layer, flood the Earth with dangerous ultraviolet light, and trigger rapid global cooling. In fact, a GRB pointed at Earth might have caused the first mass extinction 440 million years ago. 7. The Big Rip. This is the thing that could actually end the whole universe, not just the Earth. The idea, a mysterious force called dark energy, is pushing the universe apart at a faster and faster rate. If this keeps accelerating, as it seems to be doing now, perhaps 22 billion years from now the force that keeps atoms together will fail and all matter in the universe will dissolve into radiation. But assuming the Big Rip is a dud, who knows what might happen after a global calamity that humans don't survive. It's possible some microbes will survive to reseed life. But if our destruction is total, we could at least hope some other intelligent life exists out there and can pay its respects. A few people have predicted the end and what the future might hold. However, one who claimed to be part of the Philadelphia experiment claimed he had time traveled. He said that he spent 6 weeks in the year 2137 and an entire 2 years in the 28th century. This was an American man named Al Bielek. Bielek described the distant future as being high-tech and that Earth wouldn't be ruled by people but by a single computer with hyper-intellectual capabilities. According to him, we will see a socialist regime ascend to power on our planet in just a few centuries, while governments and presidents become only memories. Further, he claims that the climatic changes we're seeing today are not insignificant and that humanity will face changes of a catastrophic nature in the future. Al shares the story of how he was on board the USS Eldridge, DA-173, on August 13, 1943, as part of the Philadelphia experiment, which was testing whether light could be manipulated using Einstein's theory of relativity and if it could enable a person to time travel. During the experiment, Bielek explains that he lost consciousness for only a few minutes and that when he awoke he found himself in the year 2137. He was taken to a hospital he had never seen before. Doctors used equipment that worked with light and vibration to restore their patients' vitality at a lightning-fast pace. In that year he learned that humanity had been actively fighting the severe weather changes that had been going on since the year 2025. In the year 2137, the planet was already changed beyond recognition. The U.S. state of Florida was completely underwater, the world's ocean level had risen, while Georgia had become a coastal state. The magnetic poles will begin to shift, but humanity will manage to create artificial ones and prevent disasters dealing with a pole shift. Bielek also says there will be a third world war. Throughout its course, America and Europe will wage war against Russia and China. In 2020, American military documents will be declassified, which will reveal that the American government had been secretly working with an extraterrestrial civilization since 1954. In 2749, Al Bielek saw cities floating in the oceans. The intellectual abilities of all of humanity were greater, while telepathy was developed to perfection. The planet will be run by a giant computer, while all people live as one united nation. Bielek concludes with the warning that no matter what we do, there's no way to change the future. It is predetermined, both for the individual and for humanity as a whole. In any case, let's all hope we're around for something. Stay paranoid, my friends.